Shakti are the linesmen, and we are underway in Game 5. Forsberg, Lemieux, and Kamensky against Delapukin, Murray, and Mike Greer. As the puck comes to Sandis Ozolich. He carries into the Edmonton zone for Forsberg. He's tied up by Murray, now back on the line, but Delapukin there. Greer down the right wing side, and it's over his stick. Now he drops it off. In front, Niinema! And he was stopped by Forsberg on a diving play. Niinema was alone, and Forsberg came out of nowhere to make a great play. 50 gone in the first period, no score. As Foote has it in his own line. Too far for Eric Lacroix and shoveled over the boards at the Avalanche bench.
John, the keys for tonight's game for the Avalanche. Put them away. Do not give them any life in this series. You've got them down, beat them. Early lead for either club is going to be so important in tonight's game. And for Edmonton, if they want to win this series, they're going to have to stop the stars. Sakic, Forsberg, Ozolich, Lemieux, and figure out some way to beat Patrick Roy if they want to win this game tonight.
The Forsberg line has 22 points in the series.
And remember, coming back from Edmonton now for the coaches, the Colorado Avalanche get last change. Edmonton has to put their line on the ice, and then Mark Crawford gets to look and see and make the matchups that he wants.
Crawford has Sakic at center here. Oh, Mironov from center ice. That shot was wide. Now picked up by Guerin. He's on with Doug Weight. Then Ryan Smith. This is Weight back to the goal. With some time in front, Guerin gets it, and Waugh made the save. He was down, and the Avalanche clear it down the ice. And Roman and Hammerluck back. On to Smith now for Weight, and into the Avalanche zone it goes. Kucherov tries the far side. He gets Kamensky loose at center. And Forsberg has to wait. Great pass into Lemieux. Oh, he had it bounce over his stick, or he would have been in 2-on-1 with Kucherov. And Foote controls it in deep for the Avalanche. And now play to center by Kamensky. Niinema spins away from the forechecking of Forsberg. Now on to Tony Herkis. Rogers gets back for the Avalanche. And taken by Warren Reichel. He's played very well in this series, and he lobs it in too high, and it goes out of play.
Well, for Curtis Joseph, he knows that he has to come up with a big performance here tonight. He was very good in Game 4. It was his best game. It was Patrick Roy's best game. And it was the best played game of this series. But he still lost. He has to find a way to beat the Avalanche in tonight's game. For Patrick Roy, he sits with 99 playoff victories, looking to wrap this series up and grab number 100 in his career.
Now Marchand at center ice for Edmonton between McCammond and Fraser against Sakic, Jones and Denmark. 33-year-old Frank Lucille can't clear it. Sakic back to the goal. Bumps with Niinema. Now Jones in there. Sakic pushes the Oiler player off the puck. Now in front. And kept in by Lefebvre. A backhander blocked. And the Oilers to center. The rookie Scott Fraser. No points in the series for Fraser after ending the season with 10 points in his last 6 games.
He was the Rookie of the Month the last 2 months of the season. But again, playoffs are just a different time of the year for any rookie.
And the puck goes in on Waugh for Miller, ahead to Lemieux. Now to Forsberg. Ducks by the Mironov check. Lemieux charges in against Herkis. Herkis trying to clear it. Ozolich left point. Doesn't shoot it. Walks around Buchberger. Lets it go, and that was wide. Lemieux tried for the tip-in, but missed it. And Mats Lindgren taps it down the ice. Here's Buchberger in first for the Oilers. But Lemieux on the wing, near the line, and a long shot by Lindgren is off the glass. Buchberger again. Herkis tied up by Huey Krupp, and Krupp a great pass on for Lemieux. Now ahead to Forsberg. The pass on to Kamensky. Lemieux lets it go, and that was tipped away by an Oiler player. And around the boards it goes. Ozolich had had it but lost it. And the Avalanche have to clear the zone. AVALANCHE again. Into the Oilers zone. Now picked up by Stefan Yell. He's taken the boards by Hammerlick. Yell after it again. Down low. Eric Lacroix, the shot. And a save by Joseph. Now in the corner, Fitzgerald digs it out for the Avalanche. Tom Fitzgerald to Lacroix. Hooked down by Mironov. No call. And the Oilers force it back to center. And then Fitzgerald, a big hit on Greer. He knocked Greer and the linesman over. Now the loose puck, Sakic is after it. Block shot, and that was just wide. And it's off the boards to center. Of course, Sakic scored the winner in overtime from that same spot on left wing. He beat Joseph short side. That time he tried to go long side.
Edmonton had a couple of early chances in this game. The last couple of minutes, the Colorado started to force the pressure in Edmonton's zone.
And we, I believe, will get our first call of the night. Series is 15 by Gretzky,
which would mean a 4-point night tonight for Forsberg.
Gretzky had 15 against the Kings in '87. Power play for Edmonton in front, and a shot taken by Bobby Dallas was turned away. Jeff Odgers picked up a slashing minor at 4:52. Check that, no power play. The Oiler player also went to the box, so I stand corrected. Needham is off as well. Now in front, a drive by Dallas. And that was off the mark. So it's 4-on-4 here in the scoreless game. And the Avalanche get to center. Nienema and Odgers both got slashing minors at 4:52. The Avalanche have outscored the Oilers 4-on-4, 2-1.
And 4-on-4 has been an important time during this series. Game 1 was decided 4-on-4 when Mironov got the game-winning goal. And in overtime, Sakic 4-on-4 won it with his quick break down the left side. So we're seeing a lot of penalties called, and they're creating situations where key players have to come up with key plays, especially 4-on-4.
14:15 to go in the first period. No scoring. Dean McCammon to pass. And behind Todd Marchant, this is Forsberg. He's up front with Kamensky. Krupp on defense with Ozolin. So a lot of firepower on the ice for Mark Crawford's team. Krupp was tripped up, no call. Marchant walks in. Block shot and a save by Waugh as he got the legs closed. And Marchant for Edmonton. He's run down by Forsberg. And Kamensky circles back in his own zone. 35 to go in the minors to Odgers and Nienema. Here comes Kamensky. Lets the shot go, and that was just wide. Now Kamensky back of the net. Rolls it to Forsberg. Got in too tight. Forsberg had it knocked away by Mironov, and it comes to center ice. And the Avalanche get some fresh troops on the ice. Ozolin wheels to center ice with Lemieux. Ozolin, wrister, and a save by Joseph with his left pad. And the Oilers on it. Here comes Bobby Dallas. He was a healthy scratch in game 4. Dallas in front, can't find it. We are back to full strength as Sakic leads a rush, cuts around Murray, in front to Odgers, and his tip and try was blocked by Joseph. Rem Murray trying to clear it. Lefebvre on the left point, he kept it in. Odgers to the corner for Sakic. Tried to feed the puck in front, but Nienema is on it for Edmonton, and he gets to the red line and sends it in. Still nothing. Teams at full strength here as the puck is tipped by Lacroix, and he was drilled hard by Mironov with a good open ice hit. Now Lefebvre, he collides with Bill Guerin. Guerin gets the puck. He leads Edmonton with 4 goals in the first 4 games. Back of the goal to Doug Waite. Ryan Smith in front. Waite can't get it there. And now the Avalanche force a turnover, and Fitzgerald will clear it away.
Well, this is exactly the kind of game we expected.
As Yell was offside, and Lacroix He looks injured. He got a stick right in the chops.
Russia. Neck of Eric Lacroix as he hustled. I mean, Pat Carn's out there in a hurry to help Eric Lacroix.
And the fans here booing. They remember what Guerin did to Forsberg at the end of game 1. No score, 11:50 to go in the first period. Max Lindgren, number 14, on to Bookberger. And he rolls it in. Eisers gets back first. Held in by Hammerlick. Tipped on goal. And it's saved by Waugh. And back comes Troop. 4 on 2 break here. Troop stops. Trying to make a play, but the Oilers recover and ship it back to center. And Troop again at his own line. To Ozelich. And the Avalanche clear it out to center and played back in by the Oilers. And it's offside. A lot of big games going around the NHL tonight. And we'll keep you abreast of the contest, particularly the Detroit-Phoenix contest. And, of course, San Jose and Dallas.
It's been interesting talking to the coaches. And they, you know, we all watch the scores, and they're aware of them, of course, but they really don't pay that much attention to other series. I mean, they are so into their own series, matchups. They're watching more films than ever. They're looking for tendencies, talking with players, making sure everything is just perfect. I mean, they know, again, they read the paper, they know what the scores are, but I don't think they've followed them. That's someone else's job right now, John. People that are scouting those teams.
0-0 with 11:15 to go in the first period. As the Oilers dump it in, Mike Greer takes a check from Lefebvre. Now Stefan Yell trying to kick it away. He shoots it away. It goes down the ice. And this will be an icing call against the Avalanche. Let's check in downstairs with Drew Goodman.
All right, John, thanks very much. I was conversing earlier today with Curtis Joseph, and amazingly, despite being down 3-1, this remains a very confident and a very loose outfit for the Edmonton Oilers. Guys were very loose in the locker room today, having a good time on the ice, and we will see if that translates to good, solid play for 60 minutes tonight for the Oilers.
Well, the Oilers have a very good group of guys. You can just see that they like each other. When you watch them practice, you know, they're fooling around. And as Drew mentioned, this is not a club that has really turned against each other or gotten too uptight.
As the Oilers win a face-off, a wrister. Saved by Waugh on the drive by Nienema. And then Fraser nearly chipped it in on the rebound. Now Fraser hammered by Lefebvre. McCammond is on it for Edmonton. Yell stole it from him. And the Avalanche get to center. Ucille has trouble with it. Fitzgerald is in there. And he can't find the puck. In comes Yell. Big hit on Ucille. And the puck taken by the speedy Marchand. Hits the line. Now in front McCammond. And he was taken to the boards by Aaron Miller. Avalanche trying to clear it out. Hammerlick. A shot blocked. And I think a call coming up on McCammond against Aaron Miller. And a delayed penalty now called against the Oilers.
Well, this is a classic case of retaliation. Miller had given him a shot. McCammond got mad and came back at him. And John, you hear about it and you hear about it, and players know it. But the emotions are so intense. That's why you're always trying to draw these guys into penalties. McCann's going to shake his head, but watch the play. Now Miller takes him in. Keep watching Miller. Miller's backing away. He gave him a shot in the head, but the second one is always the one that's seen. And again, those are the ones you got to walk away from if you can, and it is not easy.
Historically, in the game of hockey, the guy who retaliates gets caught. And that's what happened there. So the game's first power play goes to the Avalanche. They're 5 of 20 in the series. 25%, second best in the NHL. Komenski into the zone with Lemieux and Forsberg. Got to sack it. Fires one. Oh, what a stick save there by Joseph on a rocket. tip it away, and Sakic has it again. Right back into the Edmonton zone. Sakic to Kamensky. The blast. Rebound. Avalanche. It's stopped by Joseph. And the Oilers clear it to center. 50 left in the power play. Here's Kamensky again on for Forsberg. Great feed ahead to Lemieux. Brewster sticked away by Joseph. Now Sakic gets it. Into Kamensky. Sets it up. Lemieux's in front. Kamensky, back pass picked up by Marchand. And here come the Oilers. Gets Sakic. Sakic knocked him down, and he'll take a call. Marchand read the play, knew it was a forward back there. Tried to go wide, and Sakic pulled him down.
John, this is a tough play for any good defenseman because of Marchand's speed. And the minute Marchand looked up and saw that it was Sakic, he was going to use his speed to the outside. Makes a nice play right here to knock the puck out of midair. Right there. He knows it's Sakic. So now he puts on the afterburners and makes it a one-on-one. And Sakic does pretty much the only thing he could do in that situation. Good call by the referee. He is one fast guy, though, Marchand, when he takes off.
So Sakic goes off for tripping at 11-11. I asked Marchand earlier in the series if he is the fastest guy on the Oilers. He was a bit modest, but in watching them play in this series and over the last couple of years, I think it's hands down he's the fastest.
On a fast team. I mean, Edmonton Oilers are one of the quickest teams in the league, and this guy can really go. Look at this, John. What a turnaround in tonight's game. The Edmonton Oilers controlling the faceoff right there. Forsberg wins the big one.
4-on-4. Denmark around Niederman. He got pulled down, no call. And Lucille ahead to Murray. And now on for Valerie Zelepukin. Tries to stick handle around Aaron Miller, but Miller took the body and knocked him down. Now Forsberg in the corner to the other side for Lefebvre. 8:20 to play in this scoreless first period. In 7 seconds, when McCammon returns, the Oilers will get their first power play. As Forsberg leaves it for Lefebvre, and now on for Miller. Into Stefan Yale. Tips it in deep. And now Edmonton on the power play. They're 5 of 27 in the series. Here comes Bill Guerin with 3 power play goals in this series. And that's offside.
Adam Foote again, just another solid effort. He was the first guy to go after Guerin. The pairings have been moved a little bit. One of the guys that's really stepped up has been Aaron Miller. What a wonderful play one-on-one by Aaron Miller.
And earlier tonight, we talked to Aaron Miller about his play in the series.
I think Jack took me a lot. He was down on the line. I was getting a lot of ice time down there. And he's come up, I did right him up. He's kind of showed the way.
Well, some technical difficulties there. He was talking about his relationship with assistant coach Jacques Cloutier, who was an assistant in Cornwall in the American League when Miller first broke in. And he's almost been a pet project of Jacques Cloutier.
And he has, I mean, you talk about stepping in and doing a great job. He spent so much of this season just on those, those days when the team was going to play. You'd look out, and there'd be Aaron Miller on the ice, on the road. He and Mike Foligno. I mean, he gives a lot of credit to Jacques Cloutier, but also Mike Foligno. Every single day, Mike Foligno would work with them, would go out and do all the drills with them. If the Avalanche only had one guy that was scratched, it might be Aaron Miller on a particular night. You look around and go, I don't want to do this again. You know you have to, but you don't want to. And Mike Flynn will make it fun. They reached a tremendous bond between the two of them, and it's worked because right now Miller is playing as well as any Avalanche defenseman.
If you go back to the '96 Cup team, the defense is exactly the same, except you insert Miller for Curtis Decision. That's the only change.
I think the Avalanche coaches have more confidence in Miller than they had in their 6th defenseman of that Cup year.
2:35 to go in the Edmonton power play. 7:20 to go, first period, no score. Yanni Niinema on defense with Drake Berehowski. This is Guerin in for Niinema. Poked away by Foot, and that put the play offside. The Oilers ended the regular season with 5 consecutive victories on home ice. Of course, that was snapped in Game 3 with the overtime win. The Avalanche ended the regular year with a 6-game road winless streak. Their last road win until Game 3 was in San Jose on March 21st, 2-0.
But the Avalanche, you know, with all the people talking about, you know, where is the Avalanche's A game, their playoff game, the one thing that the players knew for sure is that they had it. They had the ability to step it up 1 level, 2 levels, whatever they needed. And so far in this series, they have.
Although Mark Crawford said this morning, for us to win this series, we have to step it up another level to put the knockout punch on Edmonton. The Avalanche are back at full strength with the kill. Prime Star donates $50 for the Colorado Special Olympics. Still 0-0. And both clubs 0 for 1 on the power play. Lefebvre, a good pass to Denmark. Into Sakic. Oh, he had a man open on left wing. That was Lacroix, but it never got there. Sakic at the red line. Back for Ozelic. Now Claude Lemieux. He's alone, so a bouncer is handled by Joseph, no problem. And Bobby Dallas, who missed Game 4. Kamensky in there. He stole it. Now for Forsberg. To Lemieux. And too closely checked by Dallas. And the puck lobbed to center.
John, one thing we don't talk enough about is...
That shot by Rem Murray turned away. Here comes Lemieux. Tried to hit Kamensky. Now the puck at the Avs line and dumped in by Murray.
Just to continue, Claude Lemieux, when he's in front of the net, he's got the tremendous ability to play, to be tied up by the man, but get his stick free. And that's the kind of play that Forsberg was looking at with that pass. He saw that the two guys were tied up, but Lemieux had his stick in a position to get a shot on goal.
Yeah, he saw that Lemieux was covered, but he knew that if he could get the stick free, he would.
Exactly. Lemieux, the puck gets there somehow, Lemieux will find it.
And the puck comes right in front. Keith Jones on it for the Avalanche. He chips it ahead, now gets it again, and passes ahead for Denmark. Into the zone, Jones, right in! And a save by Joseph on Keith Jones. Denmark's off the board, though Sakic was open, couldn't get it. Sakic to the corner. Jones battles down low. In front of Denmark. He shoots one, and that was blocked by Yanni Niinema. Adam Footo, a great job to keep it in, now to Sakic. In front of Jones, and he whipped on it. And the Oilers finally clear it to center ice. Now the puck back in off Denmark's stick. 4:40 to go in the scoreless first period. The shot's down 9-9. Bobby Dallas deep in his own zone. Here's Berehowski. Scoops it to the Avs line. Miller was right there. And back in it goes. Berehowski trying to clear it out. Held in by Stefan Yell. He'll risk one behind the goal. Then Clown collides in the corner with Dallas. And played ahead to McCammon. Against Yell. McCammon with his speed. Looking to get the puck in front now for Marchand. To Hammerleck. That drive was over the goal. And it may have hit the crossbar.
Patrick Waugh did not see it. That was a good play by Hammerleck. He snuck in a perfect spot.
And the puck around the boards for the veteran Tom Fitzgerald. Oh, great pass ahead. And Yell's got a breakaway. Into play. He scores! Stefan Yell!
For the Avalanche. The Avalanche so far in this series their big guns have scored all the goals. They've got no goals from the third and fourth line. So right here, right now, Yell gives the Avalanche the lead. Edmonton plays a strong period. Maybe they think they shut down Sakic Forsberg. Stephon Yell steps up with a goal that gives the Avalanche the lead late in this first period. And again, you've got to get contributions from everybody if you're going to win a playoff series.
Yell gets it his first from Fitzgerald, who made a great play. The time of the goal, 16:20. Last year, 12 games of the playoffs, Yell had a goal and 7 points. Remember, he hurt his knee in the second-round series against these Oilers.
He had an operation and eventually came back and finished the series, finished the playoffs, but he did have a bad knee. And you get back to the injury the Avalanche had last year. They were a factor against Detroit.
So it's 1-0 for the Avalanche. And for the 4th time in 5 games in this series, the Avs have scored the first goal. Nienema now for Musil. On to Ryan Smith. And shipped away by Miller. The goal again, Yell from Fitzgerald. This is Sakic. He looks in front. Walks in. Oh, what a save there by Joseph. Sakic was all alone in front. Now the Oilers trying to regroup, and Dallas drives it down the ice. Lefebvre looking for an opening, takes no chances and clears it out. 2:15 to go in the period. Dallas hammers it back in, but he had players in ahead of the puck. The goal by Yell has made it 1-0 for the Avalanche. The Avs with a 1-0 lead on the goal by Yell. 2 minutes to go in the opening period. As Matt Lindgren with no points in the series. And the Avalanche break it up. And down the ice it goes now. Kelly Buchberger. He's been a force for the Oilers. Lindgren failed to get it in. And Krupp on to Jones. Tip to the Oilers line. Nienema over for Roman Hammerlick. Back for Nienema. Trying to get the puck out. Forsberg is there. Now Forsberg and Krupp. Krupp gets it on the line. And lost the handle on the puck to center for Herkes. Swept away from him by Joey Krupp, but now it's dumped in by Herkes. Lefebvre around the boards, and the Oilers again have to retreat to center ice.
Pace slowed a little after the goal from Yell.
This is the Chevy S10.
Played very well, but he said, hey, the Oilers' third and fourth line guys haven't scored either.
Yeah, I mean, it has been a series, pardon me, where the stars have really been the keys. And you kept sort of wondering, was one game going to be decided by those guys, those third and fourth line guys, maybe a defenseman scoring a goal? Maybe that was going to be where the difference was in one of the games. And so far in this first period, Yell's goal has been big. Although the team that scored the first goal in the series is only 2-2.
53 seconds to go in the opening period. Last year, of course, the Avalanche came home in the second round against these Oilers with a 3-1 series lead and wrapped it up in Game 5 with a 4-3 victory. Adam Denmark got the winning goal late in the game on the power play. Here's Karen. He'll take this face-off against Fitzgerald. He gets it for Doug Weight. Tries a shot blocked by Foot. They battle down low now for Ryan Smith. In front. Saved by Watt. It's loose. Big pile up. It's put wide by Smith. And Foot gets it. Here comes Yell for Fitzgerald. A bouncer from 60 feet away. And Joseph stops that. 25 to go in the period. Now dumped in by Hammerlick. He was not across center ice, so icing called against Edmonton.
A lot of players talking to the referees, just trying to get their attention on little plays. Maybe get them to make one call.
Well, this Sunday, NFL Europe on Fox Sports Net. NFL passing, NFL speed, and European cheerleaders. Ryan takes on Frankfurt this Sunday, 7 Central, 6 Mountain on Fox Sports, Rocky Mountain.
And here, John, I believe the first face-off we've had in Edmonton zone with 23 seconds left to go in the first period.
Sakic against Marchand. Sakic controls it on the boards. Now Niedemann comes over. And to his defensive partner, Musil. He is hammered by Deadmarsh. It's Deadmarsh, Reichel, and Sakic. Ozolinsh on the line, can't hold it in. And Ewing Krupp backpedaling. Plays it on to Sakic. 3 to go here. Dumped in wide, and that's going to do it. The end of the first period. And Joseph kept the Oilers in it.
Yeah, but there was another excellent period of hockey. A complete continuation of Game 4. Both goalies were
hard. Unfortunately, has 11 points, but I'm not going to let that deter my play. I think, you know, at the risk of, I think we've been playing him pretty hard. I think he's earned his points. The puck is following him around right now. It's a type of a hot streak right now a player has that they don't want to stop, and unfortunately, hopefully, it stops tonight. But he's a great player. You have to have a lot of respect for him, but we're going to keep playing the way we do. They have 5 guys on that unit can hurt us, so we're going to try to have everybody step the game up a little bit defensively and try to contribute offensively.
Well, they did a pretty good job against Forsberg in period 1, but Stefan Yell stepped up and got the only goal.
And for Mark Crawford, he both times to start this first period and the second period, Rem Murray's been on the ice. Mark Crawford put Forsberg out there, his line against that line.
And Murray picked up that clearing attempt. His shot was blocked, and now Kamensky. Too far for Lemieux against Musil, but kept in by Forsberg to Kamensky, and he never got it. Now in front of Lemieux, wide open. Here's Kamensky, right in, and a save by Joseph. Lemieux in front, fanned on it. Now Ozolinsh didn't get anything on that one, and the puck ahead and finally cleared out by the Oilers. Ozolinsh back in his own line. Forsberg knocked down at center now. The puck lobbed in by Rem Murray. Right to Ozolinsh, ahead to Forsberg, now on to Kamensky. 2-on-2 here. Kamensky, great move. To Fitzgerald, a shot. And that was tipped away by Mironov and out of play.
I think Fitzgerald right now, number 14 for the Avalanche, is playing his best hockey since joining the Avalanche right at the trade deadline. It was a tough trade for Tom. He really enjoyed Florida. He thought he was going to sign a new contract there, but he's been a great addition. And I think especially last game, he really stepped up in his role and played well. He was one of the guys on the ice the last minute of the game for Mark Crawford's club, and he has a big assist on Yell's goal in tonight's game.
They had a great chance here to make it 2-0. Now Adam Foote. Turned away by Joseph. Foote got a lot on that one. Now Bill Guerin down the ice. Richter, and a save by Waugh, and the Oiler player goes right into the goal. That's Dean McCammon, and we get a whistle.
Well, if you're wondering how tough it is in the history of the league to come back, there are only 13 clubs in 1939 have come back from down 3-1, and even obviously a lot fewer than that have come back and had to win 2 of the last 3 in the other team's building.
And as you saw, the Oilers did it in '90, their last cup year, but on that club they had Bill Ranford in goal, Messier at center, along with Craig Simpson. They had a lot different hockey club, the Kid Line, Joe Murphy, Adam Graves, Mark Tangella, completely different team.
A guy by the number 17, Yari Curry.
In his prime. And no offense to Winnipeg, but they are no Colorado Avalanche. Here's a loose puck taken by Fitzgerald. His puck shovels wide. And Hammerlich gets it in the corner. He goes up the far side for Ryan Smith. Can't clear it. Mironov does. And now to the Habs line where it's controlled by Gusarov. And back into the zone. Buchberger for Tony Herkes. Tried to drop it back. Herkes again. To Buchberger. Now on the right point, Birahowski. Herkes left point to Dallas. shot never got through. And Ryan Smith on the board. The Oilers have changed their lines. They've taken Bookberger off the #1 line. They put him with Perkis and Ryan Smith. Now Dallas on the line. And that shot is snared by Waugh. And he hangs on.
Well, as he did all season long, Krupp has just played well. You look at the numbers in these playoffs. Yager leads +6, but Krupp, Forsberg, both next at +5. Krupp led all Avalanche players during the regular season, +21. He's +5 for these playoffs. Forsberg, Francis. How about Richard Smith? There's a guy that a lot of people don't know about, defenseman for the Buffalo Sabres, who has been absolutely outstanding. He's the guy that's gone head-to-head against Eric Lindros and held Lindros to, I think, only 3 points so far in the first 4 games of that series.
Talk about pressure on Lindros and the Flyers. Wow. Here's Dallas. His shot in front. Oh, the drive by Fraser. Just turned away by Waugh with the left pad. And Sakic back of his goal. He'll reverse the flow to Aaron Miller. Chops it on the glass. And by Berehowski, Denmarsh is in there with Sakic. To Sakic, and Joseph gloved it. And never got to the Avs captain. And the puck taken by the Oilers, Drake Berehowski. Marchand trying to dump it in. Now Dallas gives it up to Reichel. Sakic steps around a man. Here he comes. In front of Lefebvre. And too sharp an angle. Now Sakic back of the goal. Puck cleared right up the middle. And now taken by Fraser. Hits the Adams line. And a good defensive play by Adams. Puts it, chip it away. 16:45 to go in the second period. Still 1-0 for the Avalanche. And no icing here. As Adam Foote cuts behind his goal and walks it up the left wing boards for Forsberg. Beats one guy, but was knocked down by McCammon. Nienema on for Musil. Oh! Puck shot, and that was high over the right shoulder of Waugh. And Kamensky on the board to add to Forsberg. With Lemieux. 2-on-1. Forsberg to Lemieux. In on goal. Big save. Rebound. And Kamensky had a chance. Now Forsberg in the corner. Here comes Kamensky. To Adams Foote. To a sharp angle. Delayed penalty coming up here on Edmonton. Waugh goes off. And Musil intercepts. And the Avalanche will get their second power play.
Well, the Avalanche, beautiful play. Lemieux does a nice job. The puck was off his feet. Couldn't quite get it. Good save by Joseph.
You are my sunshine.
Lemieux has to just one-touch it. Joseph comes across well, reads the play. Here's the penalty. You're going to see Musil, #8. Just grab onto the jersey of Forsberg, pull him down. Avalanche on the power play.
They're 0 for 1 tonight. 5 of 21 in the series. Avalanche shot. That was tipped by Bookberger on the glass. Sakic on the right point. Kept it in. Forsberg against Mironov. Takes him out. Now Lemieux for Forsberg. Chipped away and played to center by Rembury.
Both teams finished that first period 0 for 1 on the power play. Both teams have scored 5 power play goals so far in this series.
Now the Avs get the puck deep center. Jones drives it in behind Joseph, trying to kick it away, but he hands it right to Sakic. Now back on the line, Ozolinsh with it, and across, and it comes to center. Here's Keith Jones at the red line. And now dumped in by Edmonton. The Avalanche scored 2 power play goals in both the second and third games in this series. Sakic going wide on Nienema. Now slows it down in front. Backhander by Jones and a save by Joseph and a whistle.
That's where the quickness of Sakic throws everything off. You're watching Sakic go in the corner. It looks like he's going to be forced down low. He's not going to be able to make a play. And then all of a sudden, watch him stop, and then that's when things start to break down for Edmonton. The fence looks like he's got him, and he's out of the play. So somebody else has to come over to help out. And that's when, on an odd man advantage like that, someone is going to be open. In this case, Keith Jones. see Jones driving towards the net. You know, just talking to Keith Jones, you just feel his frustration. His knee isn't 100% yet. He wants so desperately to help out, as he did last year in the playoffs before his injury.
Get the face off here. Joey Krupp hit both goal posts. He hit both posts. Ozolin to the corner now for Lacroix. 40 left in the power play. Krupp on the line. Chips it to the corner to Denmark. Now to Sakic. Denmark back to the goal. He was upended. And the puck on the right point. Ozolin kept it in there. Now Denmark cycles it down low for Lacroix. The Avs up 1-0. Here's Krupp. Back in deep it goes. Dallas trying to clear it. And he does off Ozolin.
I mean, that just was a rock by Krupp that Joseph saw, I think, but it just beat him.
And hit both posts. 5 to go in the power play. As Peter Forsberg negotiates his way in there. Now the Oilers get Musil back. Forsberg in the corner now for Kamensky. Tried to center one, but Doug Waite blocked it. And he'll scoop it high to center. So the Avalanche are now 0 for 2 in the power play. Kamensky ahead to Forsberg. In with Lemieux, but the Oilers do a good job to clear it to center, but across 2 lines offside.
That was a much better power play by the Avalanche. And Krupp shot from the point. This will be a great angle. You see Joseph. No, I think he was screened. A good job by the Avalanche to get in front. He just had to hope that hit him. He reacted well, but Edmonton's staying in this one, John. They're staying in it. It's just 1-0. The Avalanche have had a couple chances.
That's been the story of the series. They've been close, but at the right time, they can't get the big goal.
Here's from the overhead shot. You see, watch the right post as we're looking.
So it's still 1-0 for the Avalanche. 13:25 to go in the second. Yanni Niinimaa sets it up behind his net. Long pass. Kucherov let it go. And this will be an icing call against the Oilers.
Here's what we were talking about. The last 7 games, obviously including the regular season, the Avalanche have scored 24 goals, but they've come from only 5 players. You have to go all the way back to that 8th game where Adam Foote scored in the second period against Anaheim. So that's why it was such a key goal. It comes from somebody besides the big guys. And you know that these guys, Yell and Lacroix, Fitzgerald, Odgers, Reichel, want to put the puck in and give these other guys some help. They do a great job in the role they've got, but you want to help out offensively.
The Avs win the face-off. Kucherov on the line. Oh, in front, just over the stick of Yell. McCammon, he was canceled by Clown. Foot gets it. The drive, and it's gloved by Joseph. And he holds it. And some pushing in front. The Avalanche are using the same lineup they used in Game 4. Here's Foote's blast from the point. That means the healthy scratches are Sean Donovan, Yari Curry, Francois Leroux, and Eric Messier. Corbet remains out with the broken thumb. Although I talked to him today, he skated again this morning, and he sort of hinted that he might be back before we expect him. They said 4 to 6 weeks.
And which would mean the next round. Maybe, you know, that's a real outside shot. You certainly would, I think, be thinking if the Avalanche made it to the conference finals, which is the semifinals, that he could be back.
Avs get another face-off. Here's Krupp drive right on goal. And a pass saved by Joseph. The Oilers have made one lineup change tonight from Game 4. Bobby Dallas is in for Greg DeVries. The healthy scratches Kevin Lowe, Bill Eward, and Andrei Kovalenko.
Your dog, your couch, your toaster, your shoes, your girl, your dinner, your souvenir, your lamp, your your 7th grade teacher, your 7th grade fantasy, your soccer ball, your shower curtain, your TV, your sex, your paperweight, your goldfish, your job, your sunglasses, your relationship, your kid's sister, your trash, your life, your car. The Honda Civic. It has you written all over it. Now lease a 98 Civic Coupe for $139 a month for 36 months and a $1,500 down payment.
You know, I can tell just by looking whether a vehicle's been driven hard.
12:40 to play in the second period. The only goal of the game by Stefan Yell of the Avalanche from Tom Fitzgerald at 16:20 of the first period. And the shot's 18-13 for the Avs. Bookberger chips one to the far corner. Group takes out Ryan Smith. Smith trying to get free down low, but Krupp is there with that pterodactyl-like reach. Held in by Herkus, a shot, and that was stopped in front by Ozelin. Now Lacroix tried to send Sakic in. That misfired, and that will be an icing call.
Well, Sakic, who had the game-winning goals in overtime up there. He had a game-winning goal. I mean, shorthanded here in game 2. And that was, you know, you look back in this series, you know, you forget about games because you win them, you kind of put them behind you. You think back to game 2. Edmonton's already won game 1. They're down 2-0 in game 2. They score in the power play to make it 2-1. They're still on the power play. The Avalanche get that shorthanded goal by Sakic, which proved to be the game winner. It's, I mean, little things in these playoff games.
What's interesting is that Sakic, who played with Joseph on the World Cup team in '96 and the Canadian Olympic team, he said in practice for those events, Joseph owned him in practice.
When you watch the shot, the breakaway was, I mean, Joe Sakic, that's one area this year where I think Sakic may have been the best we've seen him here in Colorado. Breakaways. I think he started his first 4 goals of the season with 3 of them were on breakaways. But the other one, the shot in overtime hit Edmonton. I don't think there's a goaltender in the world that's going to shot that one. That was a perfect shot by Sakic.
Now Forsberg on the face-off against Murray. It comes right in front, but Lemieux is there, and he'll clear it out. And Musil his own line for Niinema. On that last face-off, they had Forsberg on with Lemieux and Stefan Yell. Mark Crawford with a 1-goal lead in this critical game, wanting 2 centers for a face-off in the defensive zone. Now Murray on the wing for the Oilers. In front, Mike Greer a drive and a save by Waugh as he closed the legs quickly. Kamensky at center, he lets it go, and Niinema, nearly lost, and now it's not counted. Forsberg with it, in front, big save by Joseph on Forsberg. Now down low, Forsberg after it again. Niinema there to clear it, and down the ice it goes. And Patrick will let it go, and this will be an icing call.
Forsberg makes a great move. You know, he's so smooth. You can almost feel Sakic's speed because it's so quick and it comes at you. But Forsberg has longer strides, but he's fast. And right there, he surprised Niemana a little bit by jumping in around the players and getting that chance. But again, John, another good scoring chance where Joseph comes up big. Stayed with it. See Forsberg. Those are ungodly numbers in today's game. 22 games, 51 points. And those are definitely Gretzky-type numbers.
On the face-off, Fitzgerald against Waite. Waite gets it to the corner, now ahead for McCammon. And he was knocked down. Rolls the puck into Guerin. But Gusarov was right there. Now Guerin to the corner, down low for Doug Waite. 10:45 to go in the second period. The Avalanche with a 1-0 lead. And the puck grabbed by Gusarov.
And we're seeing Mark Crawford against Dougie Waite's line, the big scoring line for Edmonton. Yell, Fitzgerald, and Clem, the defensive players out there against that line. Mark Crawford, you know how important this game is to them. They won't talk about it because it's not important to the game plan. But when you just look at what a loss would do for the Avalanche tonight, they got to fly back to Edmonton. It's an 8:30 game. for Hockey Night in Canada up there, which means it's not getting over till midnight. I mean, if they fly back that night, you know, they're not going to get in till 5 in the morning.
And don't forget, a year ago when the Avalanche were extended to 6 games in their first round series against Chicago, Jones got hurt in that 6th game in the victory. So as you said, Peter, many times, you want to play as well as you can in as short a period of time as possible.
In franchise history, look at the Avalanche closing it out. They're 13-7. That's in Quebec Nordique, Colorado Avalanche history. They're 6-1 since moving to Colorado. This is their 8th playoff series in Colorado. They won the Cup, winning 4 series their first year. They won 2 series last year before losing Detroit in the conference finals.
Here's Berehowski, a pass ahead for Marchand. Fraser is open on right wing. Trying to get a shot, a weak one, steered away by Waugh. Now Lindgren in the corner, but a nice poke check by Lefebvre and around the board. Oh, and Denmark really hammers Dallas. Now Lindgren back of the goal. Had it bounce over his stick. Cycles it to Marchand. He leaves it, but no one is there but Lefebvre. And he'll lift it on the glass to center ice. 9:45 to go in the second period. Miller at center ice. He shovels it in. The Avalanche make wholesale changes here.
John, we've just hit the halfway mark of this game. The shots are 19-14. This is by no means a slow-down hockey game. Both teams are coming at it offensively.
Now Yell picks it up, and he has the good wheels into the zone. Fires one! Off the glass and back in front, and nearly off the back of Joseph. That was close.
If he had backed up the wrong way, they hit the glass, top of the net, and then bounced back in front. When's the last time we saw that, John? Or one of the last times was in Game 2 against the Florida Panthers when the Avalanche won the Stanley Cup. Peter Forsberg is there to bat it in. But if Joseph comes back a little bit more to his right there, he doesn't see it. But unfortunately, popped up over his shoulder.
Nearly hit his noggin and went in the goal.
I think it's safe to say at this point, this has been Joseph's best game of the series.
He turned 31 yesterday, and this might be his last game with the Oilers. If they lose, he's an unrestricted free agent.
In a market where goaltenders, there's going to be a few of them, a lot of people will be interested in.
And these Stanley Cup playoffs, another prime example of why goaltending is so important. Now the Avalanche trying to keep it in. Krupp can't. But he recovers at center, and Kamensky shovels it to the line, but Niinema right there. And he'll circle back in his own end. The pass tipped by Forsberg. Now grabbed by Krupp. He'll drive it right back into the Oilers zone. And Niinema goes high down the ice, and a rather crazy hop ends up in the corner, and icing called against the Oilers. 8:24 to go in the second, and the Avalanche lead by 1.
Good job of covering. The forwards are doing a nice job of getting back and being in the right position.
Yell ended the regular season with no goals in his last 23 games, but gets a huge one here, and it's our only goal so far. As Guerin leaves it for Roman Hammerleck on to Mironov. Swept away by Kucherov. And out of midair by Clem. This will be called back as Clem knocked it with a high stick. And they'll bring the faceoff back to center. Weeknights after Fox Sports News. It's the last word. Jim Rome tells it like it is, tackling the tough topics and mixing it up with the biggest names in sports. The last word. Weeknights after Fox Sports News. .7:55 to go in the second. The Avalanche with a 1-0 lead. Ozelin into the zone. That's offside. And we'll check in downstairs with Drew Goodman.
Well, you guys were just talking about how the Avalanche have played in their own zone. Mark Crawford was talking about that this morning. He said of all the aspects of our play through the first 4 games, the thing he was most pleased with was how they played in front of Patrick Roy in limiting Edmonton's chances. And again tonight, they have done a solid job in front of Patrick.
And for Mark Crawford, he's got Reichel and Odgers out there. He's using his whole bench here in tonight's game.
Here's Hammerluck to pass off the board. Zelepukin missed it. No icing here. Krupp trying to get the puck out. He does. And here's a 2-on-1. Sakic and Reichel. Sakic into Reichel. And it was broken up by Mironov. Great defensive play now. The Camden Murray a drive. And that was high. Penalty coming up here as Zelepukin was dragged down. And a hooking minor against the Avalanche.
This is one of those remember them sequences. The Avalanche had the 2-on-1 going the other way. Great defensive play by Mironov. Mironov got caught in one of those really tough spots, John. You're turning back. Do you go forward and get the puck, or do you come back? But he had to respect Sakic's speed. And there's the play. Sakic wanted to get it up over and lay the little aerial out to Reichel. And then it's going the other way in the same play. Ozolinsh is forced to pull down his guy, or it would have been a 2-on-1. And now Edmonton gets their chance in the power play.
Hooking at 12:38. Edmonton 0 for 1 on the power play. And 5 of 28 in the series. So far in the series, the Oilers have had more power plays in 3 of the 4 games. In the other games, they were tied with 10 power play chances against. Here's Guerin with it for Edmonton. On the line to Niinema. Guerin off the boards. A shot out, tipped just wide by Ryan Smith. He got the power play goal in game 4 for Edmonton. Berehowski now for Waite. He works in to Smith. Back on the boards to Doug Waite. Oh, the pass picked off by Fitzgerald. Short-handed. They don't lob the puck in for Yell.
That was beautifully read by Fitzgerald. Wade had that opening. Fitzgerald almost gave it to him and then took it away at the last moment.
Now Sakic and Forsberg up front to kill it off. 40 gone in the power play. Dumped in by the Oilers. Gooseroff off the glass. Not cleared. Forsberg trying to force it out. He does by Berehowski. He willed that puck to center ice. Now Niinema back for Berehowski. Slams it in there. Smith on the wing. Back of the goal. Gooseroff is there. Waugh clears it himself, but right to Doug Waite. Now to the corner for Smith. Chopped away by Adam Foote. Now Smith to the near side. Here's Waite again. On the line. Berehowski a shot. Blocked by Sakic. Cleared. Not out. Now Sakic does get the puck out. And 30 left. In the minor to Ozolinsh. Lefebvre will keep it in. No, he doesn't. It's offside.
Again, good work by the Avalanche defensemen down low, but they were out there a long time. Foote and Gooseroff. They've played a lot here in this hockey game. Every time Waite's been on the ice here in the second period, they've been out there, be it even strength or on the penalty kill. Here's a play by Fitzgerald. Great read by him. That was actually a nice shot of Billy Guerin.
Now 20 left in the Oilers' main advantage. And the puck back to the goal. Miller chips it away from McCammon. Now Fraser on the boards. On the line to Mironov. Right on! A save by Waugh on a low drive by Mironov.
Well, Patrick, one of the things we've seen him do, Mironov has a nice shot from the point. He didn't have a lot of time to wind up, but Waugh gets that left pad down. You know, these are the times in a hockey game that Patrick Waugh, he can start, John, you know, it's hard to explain, but he can start to dominate mentally. Because he starts to become so big, so powerful. You know, everybody knows his record. Everybody knows Patrick Waugh has won 3 cups. And I was trying to figure out, this is unofficial, but I think he's won 19 playoff series in his career, along with his 3 Stanley Cups. He knows how to finish things off. He knows how to win that deciding game.
Here's Marchand, try to walk in front. The Avalanche are back to full strength. And with that kill, Prime Star donates $50 to the Colorado Special Olympics. And the Oilers are 0 for 2 on the power play and still trail 1-0. Mironov to the corner. Now for Fraser, back of the goal. On the line, hammer like a shot. And turned away by Waugh. Now Miller gets it for the Avs. Under 5 to play in the period. Good job by Lacroix to get the puck out. And now the Avalanche can make some changes here. Marchand on to Fraser, back for Mironov. He's played well, probably the Oilers' best defenseman in this series.
He's been good offensively and defensively.
Lefebvre with lots of time behind the Avalanche goal. 2 Oilers in deep, and the pass for Denmark was just under his stick, and this will be an icing call against the Avalanche with 4:20 to go in the second.
Remember that one.
4:15 to go in the second period. The only goal by Stefan Yell back in the first period. Knocked down by Sakic in front. Oh, and Denmark was open, but Niinema stepped up and made a great defensive play. And now Krug tips it ahead for Reichel. Into the Oilers zone. Niinema there again. And shoveled out by Musil. Tony Herkus. Oh, right through the legs of Sakic. They were teammates in Quebec City for a year and a half, and Sakic nearly burned his old buddy. Here's Kamensky. Dodges a check and dumps it in. Forsberg just on the ice. He gets to it ahead of Musil. Rolls it in front. No one is there. Now Kamensky after it on the wing. Surrounded by 2 Oilers, and Herkus steals it. And he's to center 2-on-3, so he fires it in. And Patrick gets crossed up with Gusarov. Now Gusarov takes it to Lemieux. Out of his own zone to Kamensky. Oh! In front to Forsberg. Makes a move. And he lost it and fell down. And the Oilers back the other way. 3-on-2. Greer in front. Big save by Wall. Marcel Cooker. What a save there. Now the puck loose at center. Picked up by Forsberg. Into the zone. Right in front. Saved by Joseph. And the net is free. And I think a call on Edmonton.
John, I think just a high stick. I don't think Forsberg got the call. The puck bounced in the air. The Edmonton Oilers player knocked it out of midair. But I don't think Koharski made a call.
You're right. Just a high stick. Knocking the puck with a high stick.
Well, the pace continues. We've got a quick break. Now, Forsberg fell down at one end, and Zelapuk can drive towards the net. Greer makes a nice play. Greer's been very good in this playoff series. Lemieux bumps the man off the puck. Forsberg was going down, looked like, and I think he wanted to cut across. It was pulled down, and Joseph stuck with it.
Well, he was chopped down pretty good, but no call. 2:51 to go in the second. 1-0 for the Avalanche. Sakic on the draw against Rem Murray. Sakic gets it back to Krug. And that blast is right on goal, and a save again by Joseph. Sakic had a tough first period on the draws. He lost 6 of 7 in the first period, but won that one. He said at one point in Game 3, he won 15 draws in a row. That's incredible.
When you get a confidence, you get on a roll. It's like anything, be it blackjack or whatever. You get on a roll, you never know what could happen.
2:46 to go in the second. Fitzgerald will take it against Doug Waite. And Waite gets the puck into the corner. Now ahead for McCammon, on to Waite. Lead pass to Guerin. The draw!
John, that one was labeled.
Here comes Yale. Trying to cut around the goal. Puts the brakes on now. Put a shot. And turned away by Joseph. Gooseroff kept it in. Down low for Fitzgerald. This is Yale. Does a pirouette in the corner. Now gets some help from John Clown. And up the wing, McCammon trying to clear it out. He does. And here come the Oilers. Up the middle now for Guerin. It's thrown off the skate of Bookberger. Now Bookberger back of the goal. He's run to the boards by Fitzgerald. And the Avalanche player falls on the puck. And a face-off.
And again, against this weight line, we see Yale, Fitzgerald, and Clem. Mark Crawford using John Clem. That's why Mark Crawford loved to have Clem in the line. He's so versatile. If the defenseman goes down with an injury or in a penalty, he can throw him out there. If the Avalanche needs some defensive help, he can throw him out there.
Well, tonight at 10, it's Fox Sports News Prime Time. All the scores, all the stories, all the action from your hometown team. 7 nights a week. We are there, Fox Sports News Prime Time tonight after the game. Oilers get the draw, Nienema, and that shot was just wide. And Deadmarsh now out of his own zone. Late in the second, the Avalanche with a 1-0 lead. And the puck off Herkus, no icing here. And Waugh trying to clear it, knocked down by Bookberger. Owen front, and Smith had it bounce over his stick. And the Oilers have to clear the zone. Here's Bookberger trying to dump it in. Into the Av zone. Smith against Miller to the corner. And Miller took him down. And he tries to kick the puck on to Sakic. He does to Deadmarsh. And now played on for Eric Lacroix. Oh, Sakic was nearly by Tony Herkus. Now Herkus back into Ryan Smith. Lets it go, and a save by Waugh. Bookberger a shot, and that was Waugh in the final minute of the second. Sakic into the zone. Knocked away, and the Avalanche have to regroup at center. And they make a quick change here. Herkus a pass. Ends up in the Avalanche zone. Whacked by foot, not out. But gobbled up by Valerie Kamensky. Good pass to Lemieux. To Forsberg. Now Gooseroff follows up into Lemieux. Lets it go, and that was wide. Great passing there. Forsberg kept it in. Now cleared out. Here's Foote at his own line. He'll drive it right back in with 20 to go in the period. Hammerluck trying to clear it out. And it goes ahead to Zelapukhin. On to Mironov. Looking for a shot. A weak one blocked by Gooseroff. And he whacks it up the left wing side, but not out. Now to the other side. Here comes Hammerluck. That blast. That stopped in the end of the second period. A scoreless second.
Both goaltenders perfect in that period. Both goaltenders were 5-26. But give them credit, John. I mean, under no circumstance, at any time, had they let up in this series.
Including tonight. Ready for the third. The Avalanche take a lead into the third. During the regular season, they were 29-5-4. And so far, 2-1 in the playoffs with a lead after 2. Here we go. Third period underway. Forsberg, Lemieux, Kamensky against Murray, Greer, and Zelapukhin. Greer trying to clear it. He does. Now kicked to center by Nienema. And in for Zelapukhin. Krupp is on him. Now the puck taken by Greer. Try to center with Forsberg right there. And he'll charge to center. 3-on-2. Forsberg left it to Kamensky. In on goal! Oh, and Joseph looked behind him, but had it between his arm and his body.
Well, Kamensky had the shot, but also, when you're watching this, to Joseph's left, or probably to Joseph's right, on the left wing, if there had been any sort of rebound, if Joseph doesn't keep this into his body, Forsberg is right there. Now watch Kamensky's shot. Now Forsberg cuts in. Right there, he was all by himself. Any sort of puck dropping down, and Forsberg's going to tuck it into a wide open net. Another big save, including not allowing a rebound. rebound by Joseph.
Yell gets the face-off, a shot on goal, and a glove save by Joseph on the drive by Fitzgerald.
Well, this is very obviously the kind of goaltending that Curtis Joseph gave his club last year against the Dallas Stars when they beat them, the heavily favored Dallas Stars last year in 7 games.
Yell against Doug Waite. Yell gets it once again. Back to Gusarov. And the shot hit the leg of Guerin. And now Guerin taps it in off the boards. Put the first man back. Good play to Gusarov. He was checked there by Waite. Centering pass. Tipped away by Lacroix. And Tom Fitzgerald trying to get it in. Knocked down by Mironov. Now McCammon. He's alone in there. And a wrister is on the glass. And now shoveled in by Bookberger, but cleared by Gusarov. Lacroix trying to get it out. And he does to center. And the Oilers in the midst of a line change. Here's a pass in for Dallas. Sharp angle, glove save by Waugh. And no further action.
Good play by Dallas. He stayed to the outside. Got the shot on net. Edmonton driving towards the net. And that's what they're going to be telling themselves on the bench. When they get these opportunities, hit the net. Have people driving towards the front of the net. That's how you're going to get your goal. You're going to get, you keep hearing it over and over again, traffic in front of Patrick, traffic in front of Patrick. If you're going to score, you have to screen him, not let him find that puck.
And off the face-off, Lefebvre turns and flips it on to Sakic. Forced to center by Dallas, now dumped in by Keith Jones with Sakic and Deadmarsh.
And you see the Avalanche starting to take a defensive posture. They're not going to sit back, but anytime Edmonton has control of the puck, they're going to have their men back and in position.
As Dallas gets the puck in deep, Lefebvre on the far side. Tries to chip it by Marchand. He can't. Lindgren on the boards with Marchand. Fraser there as well. But the Avalanche with good coverage down low. Now it goes on the other side. And Deadmarsh will roll it back to center. Here's Nienema to the Avalanche line. Deadmarsh steps in front of Marchand. And down the ice it goes. During the regular season, the Oilers, when trailing after 2, a record of 3-26-2.
Mark Crawford again keeping all his players in the game. He's got Reichel, Clem, and Odgers on the ice on this shift.
As Foote works the puck behind the goal, now taken by Gusarov. Up to Reichel and tipped to center ice. Now sent in by the Avalanche. Odgers can't get there in time. Bookberger on the board. And he'll clear it by Kamensky. Here's Forsberg just on the ice. With his strength, he gets it by Musil down the ice. And Nienema turns. We've played 3 minutes in the third period. The Avalanche with a 1-0 lead. Turnover here. But the Oilers recover, and Ryan Smith whacks it in. The only goal scored by Stefan Yell late in the first period. Joseph sets it up for Boris Mironov. And he goes up the middle for Murray, now to Zelapukin. Into Greer, taken down, and a call. Greer was pulled down, and he appears to be hurt. And the Avalanche will be shorthanded.
Well, Greer is just breaking down that right side. We have watched all series and marveled at the speed of Greer.
The Oilers have scored a power play goal in every game in the series, but none tonight, and are 5 of 29 in the series with the man advantage.
Up for the Avalanche. Again, you're looking at key moments. You've got Yell and Fitzgerald again. And Fitzgerald, I think, really, John, we talked about it earlier in the game. It's just continued all through this hockey game. He has been one of the Avalanche's most effective players. Mark Crawford has had him on the ice every time Waite's line has been out there. He's out killing the penalties. He's taken a lot of key faceoffs, especially in the dot to the right of Patrick Waugh, as Patrick Waugh is looking out.
Fitzgerald once scored 2 shorthanded goals on the same minor penalty in a playoff game. He did it against Pittsburgh back in '93. That's an NHL record. 2 in 1 playoff game on the same minor.
If they take 1, now Tom would take 1. I'd be very happy.
Here come the Oilers down by 1 on a power play. Oh, a bad hop here. And Waugh got back. Unfortunately, the shot by Ryan Smith was wide as that puck came off a seam of the boards right in front, and the Avalanche cleared away.
Seems right along where the red line comes down the boards.
Now Ryan Smith to Guerin. Fitzgerald knocked him off the puck, and it comes to center again. And Mironov now for Smith. Gets around foot. The shot right on. Now Guerin to drive. He scores! Guerin has tied the game.
Well, Guerin, that's his 5th goal, 4th power play goal in this series. Through a screen. Well, the Avalanche are talking about a couple of things. One, Foot came across and Smith made a move on Adam Foot. But here's at the end of it, Guerin, I mean, who has got a great shot. Walks through. Here's the first shot. Puck goes back to the point. Waugh, I mean, definitely interference on Patrick Waugh.
Ryan Smith hooked his stick, but it wasn't called. And the goal by Guerin on the power play at 4:25. We've got a brand new game. Now Zelepukin back of the goal. Gets it away from Ozolinsh on the line to Niinema, and that's turned away by Waugh. The goal by Guerin from Smith and Mironov. Now Sakic in there. First shot. Rebound to Denmark, and that was blocked by Niinema. And here come the Oilers. Zelepukin is up there. Looks to center. Niinema in front. Now the late man is Dallas. The drive, and that was wide. Now Greer back of the goal. Can't jam it in. And Forsberg fights off a check. Fights off another check. And gets it ahead to Denmark. And he'll clear it ahead to Ozolinsh. Now the pass tipped back in by Greer. As both clubs make changes. Oh, Krupp was nonchalant there. Oilers in front, but Ozolinsh got over. Now Mats Lindgren. Back of the goal. You can see the goal has fired up the Oilers. As Lemieux took down Lindgren. And now the Avalanche start out. And Ozolinsh trying to clear it. Tucked in by Fraser. To Lindgren. And now Marchand knocked down. Oh, penalty coming up here against the Avalanche.
Well, Koharski, the Avalanche had their chances to get the puck out of the zone. They didn't. They get a little frustrated. They take a penalty.
Checking at 5:51. Edmonton 1 for 3 on the power play. They tied the game on the goal by Guerin from Smith and Mironov at 4:25. Now Yell will take the face-off against Guerin, who now has 4 power play goals out of his 5. And Guerin wins it. Haberluck plays it in deep. Here's Smith against Foot, and Foot a good job, and Clem will ice it. So a chance for the Oilers to take their first lead of the game. They have to win to send it back to Edmonton for Game 6. Mironov tries to poke it, and he does. Gusarov, the first guy back. And a behind-the-back play. Now checked there by Karen, but Gutherov gets it back. Backhands it right to Smith. He'll play one to the far side to Waite. On the line to Hammerlin. This is Doug Waite. Smith out of the corner, a save by Waugh. And the rebound cleared down the ice by Clem. 45 gone to the power play. You have some fresh players on the ice. Forsberg, one of them, intercepts here. Now into Fitzgerald. To a sharp angle backhander and a save by Joseph. And he holds it.
Right after the goal was scored by the Edmonton Oilers, Patrick Waugh pointed to a stick. You'll see why on the right side of your screen, highlighted. Now watch Smith. It's a subtle play. It's a great play if you get away with it, because Patrick Waugh does not have his stick down low, and that's where the puck went. He'd be coming in from the right side, the puck right down the middle. That was even a little closer to having that old left foot in the crease.
It's 1-1 with 13:05 to go in regulation time. 55 left in Ozalinch's minor. Here come the Oilers. Niinema now to Herkis. Into the zone, but Fitzgerald broke it up, and he'll ice it. Niinema back on defense with Berehowski. Up front, Herkis, Fraser, and McCammon. This is Dean McCammon. Back to Niinema. Now McCammon sends it in. Lefebvre will get to it and hammers it off the boards, but Berehowski kept it in there. Sakic trying to clear it. One chance, now another. And he did. It came outside the line. And then pushed back in by Niinema, and he argues.
Now, the man can be standing outside the blue line. If he knocks the puck in with his glove and it's inside the line, it's still good. Very, very close. Niemana got a little bit right there. You can't touch a referee. I don't care what. And he reached out and grabbed the arm of the linesman. You just get a little excited.
18 to go in the power play. 1-1 the score. Now Murray, Greer, and Zelapuk in the forwards for the Oilers. Here's Mironov from center. Pass saved by Waugh. Foot in the corner. Can't get around the forechecker. Now Gutherov back to the goal. Zelapukin took him down. This is Mironov on the line. Now Zelapukin to Rem Murray. Oh, Greer was offended by Foot. Wrist shot. Right on. Saved by Waugh. And the rebound cleared away. Oh, the Oilers came close there. And with that kill, Prime Star donates $50 to the Special Olympics.
Good, smart move by Adam Foote, who cleared it into the corner.
Now Lindgren to the corner for Edmonton. Near side, Lemieux hops on it. And here come the Avalanche. Lemieux to Forsberg. He goes wide to Kamensky. Can't get a shot. Now Forsberg has it again. In traffic. Kamensky there to help out, but Buchberger wraps it around the boards. And down the ice she goes. This will be an icing call. 11:25 to go. It's 1-1 here in Game 5.
On that play, our both-legged hardest driver.
11:20 to go in the third. It's 1-1. Now Niinema back of his goal. Trying to skate away from Sakic. Here's Buchberger on to Musil. Blocked at center by Jones. Now Lacroix charges in. He wraps the man down to the ice. Keith Jones back of the goal. Now Sakic in the corner. Sakic out of the corner. Makes a move. Still with it. Musil bumps him. In comes Lacroix. And the puck free. Lindgren can't clear it. Joseph tries. But here's Proop. That shot tipped wide. Sakic again. In front of the wide open. And the shot really never got through. And Lindgren away for Edmonton. From the blue line. Hit the goal post. Oh my goodness. He hit the goal post. And yelled back. And chipped away from him. The Avalanche making changes here. The Oilers nearly took their first lead. Now on the boards to center. 10:05 to go. Doug Wade on it. Wade dishes the puck in deep. Waugh out of the goal, up the middle. Oh, great pass. And here they come. Lemieux, 3-on-2. Fresh shot. And that was wide. Now Lemieux back in the goal. To Yell. He fanned on it, but kept it in. He walks in. Now foot in the corner. Gets some help from Lemieux. On the wing to Kamensky. Can't get a shot. And Mironov calmly scoops it back to center. And that's offside.
Well, chances at both ends. First, the long shot by Lindgren. That's, John, you have to wonder if it didn't drop a little bit, because Patrick seemed to casually reach down to pick it up and ping off the post. Didn't seem to be screened. John, that just may have been one of those perfect shots. But even though it's 60 feet away, and then Lemieux, the freight train, he just follows his own shots. That's one of the things he does exceptionally well. Again, he's just that first guy to the rebound.
9.5 to go in regulation time in a 1-1 game. And the puck to center. Zelepukin drives it in. And Waugh sets it up for Lefebvre in the corner. And up the wing to Reichel. He gets it out. And this is Dallas back for Edmonton. He'll take cover behind the goal now to Berehowski to Dallas. And Murray just shoots it down the ice. Miller flipped it on the way down, so no icing here. And Aaron Miller off the boards to center. Niederman trying to find a man. He does, and Marchand lets it go, and that was off a stick and on the glass. And taken by the Avs. Denmark's trying to clear. Fitzgerald does, or rather Jeff Odgers, and he was really hammered. Frank Musil, long pass, blocked at center by Lefebvre. Odgers into the claw, and the shot knuckles towards Joseph, and he gloves it. 8:29 to go in the third. It's 1-1 in the fifth game.
Turnovers. The Avalanche have had 6 and Edmonton none. Edmonton played very well in their own zone.
Aaron wins the face-off from Forsberg. Now Lemieux back of the goal, scoring. Can't walk in front. Aaron trying to clear. He does. And at center, Kucherov sandwiched by 2 Oilers, and it's dumped in by Ryan Smith. The Avalanche get the puck out, foot over the head of Lemieux, and taken by Niederman. To center ice. Kucherov was right there, but gave it up now. And here's Doug Wade. Wade to a sharp angle, a shot, and a glove save by Waugh. And the Avalanche play it down the ice. Niederman in a foot race beats Kamensky to it, and it comes to center with 7:45 to go in the third. The shot's 30-27 for Edmonton. Niederman spins, gets it out, picked up by Musil. And he shovels it in behind the Avs goal. Wherein Miller plays it on the glass to center to Sakic. Rifles it in, Jones after it. Against Mironov, but a big collision there. Jones ran him over. Now to the near side, Lindgren trying to clear it out, and he does. And the puck at center, picked up again by the Avalanche. This is Aaron Miller. He gets it into the zone, but it's offside.
Miller's done a good job here in this third period. Again, Mark Crawford using all 6 defensemen. The intensity is amazing. You see each shift, guys, going to areas, getting to the puck as quickly as they can, not allowing anybody any breathing room out there.
Now Yell at center. He'll take the face-off against Murray. It's Yell, Fitzgerald, and Lacroix against Greer, Zelepukin, and Murray. Exactly 7 to go. Here's Murray. Gets the puck in. Greer charges in after it. Leaves it for Zelepukin. Taken out by Yale. Now Greer. In from his goal. Off a skate. Oh, freakish bounce. And the Oilers have a lead. It's 2-1.
Scramble in behind the net. Greer just uses his size and strength. Spins out front. The puck hits something. Bounces past Patrick Waugh. And the Avalanche now trail. John, much like game 1. Edmonton was down. They came back and late in the game. That went, looked like it went off number 8 Ozelinch's skate in behind the net. In behind Patrick Waugh. Wishful thinking in behind the net. And they take their second lead here in Colorado. The last time they had the lead, they won the hockey game 3-2.
And Greer gets it from Zelepukin and Murray at 13-11. His first goal in 18 games. And it's 2-1 Edmonton. So he's finally rewarded after some great work in every game in this series.
Yeah, he's been good. You can't fault Patrick Waugh. That's just one of those goals that happens. It happens to be a big one. But now Colorado's got to regroup. They got to start. Maybe double shifting Forsberg's line, getting Sakic out there every other shift. We're down to 6:30 in the hockey game.
Greer at 13-11. The Oilers with a 1-goal lead, trying to send it back to Edmonton for Game 6. Sakic controls the face-off. Gutherov ahead to Sakic. Stopped at center now, carried on by Adam Foote. In behind the Edmonton goal, Niinema there. And flipped ahead by Waite right in front and now down the ice. And Watt out of the goal. No icing here. And Patrick plays it back for Adam Foote. Waite trying to keep it in. He does. Now Kamensky. Forsberg failed to clear it. Forsberg has been held pointless in the game, as has Sakic. Lemieux at center against Lindgren. And the Oilers dump it in again. Here's Gutherov. Now the puck taken by Jones at his own line. Can't get it into the Oilers zone. Adam Foote trying to clear it out. He does. 5.5 to go. The Oilers doing nothing fancy now. Denmark ahead to center. Ozelinch to Sakic. And driven into the zone. Jones on the board. Back on the line now to Ewing Crew. Slap shot. Rebound. Oh, Denmark with a great chance. And Joseph took that initial shot up high.
I think got him right in the face.
Denmark sends it in again. Dallas in the corner. He goes right up the middle and played to center by Murray. Fired in again by Ozelinch. Dallas up the board. Forsberg is right there. Here's Forsberg. Back of the goal. Wraparound try and a save by Joseph. And no further action. And he's still smarting from that shot by Crew. Here in the third, lead it 2-1. 4:43 to go in the third period. And Forsberg will take the faceoff against Guerin.
Interesting. Guerin, not the center iceman. Waite's the center iceman on this line, who's taking most of the draws.
Forsberg against Guerin. Guerin gets it. And Niinema trying to clear it. He does off the glass. And this would have been icing, but Waite was in there, so Waugh has to play it. And Forsberg ahead to Kamensky. In with Lemieux. To Lemieux. And the wrister is off a leg to the corner. Now picked up by Musil. Checked by Forsberg, taken down. Now Forsberg in the corner. Back on the right point. And Gutherov can't hold it in. So the Avalanche have to clear the zone. They do. And Lemieux puts it too high, and it goes out of play.
Well, our Discover card playback is going to be the goal that has the Edmonton Oilers on top in this hockey game. Greer in behind. He and Zelepukin working hard. They get a break. Something the Oilers felt they have not got so far in this series. They get it, and they go ahead 2-1. Our Discover card paid back.
Now 4:09 to go. And Yell on the face-off. Marchand gets it. And cleared high by Hammerluck to Bookberger. Taken out by Lefebvre. Now picked up by Lindgren. Here's Miller trying to get it out. He gets it on the boards for Fitzgerald. And back to center it goes. Here's Mironov. The Oilers content to just dump the puck in from all points at this point. Here's Aaron Miller. Now Lefebvre trying to work it in. He does. Marchand shoots it high and out of play.
Shifts seem to be getting shorter and shorter. And we talked about it's been hot here in Denver, and this has been a very quick pace this hockey game. Been 60 shots on goal. Edmonton's had 31, Avalanche 29. Both clubs have been taking the puck from the net, been driving towards the net. You have to know the defensemen are starting to get tired. Edmonton tonight has used all 6 of their defensemen.
Here's a backhander by Jones right off the face-off, and a good save by Joseph. And Greer clears it away. Here's Krupp for Ozolinsh. Sakic trying to walk in. He can't. And Zelepukin back for Edmonton. To the corner. He goes after it. Now Mike Greer. He put the Oilers ahead with his goal at 13-11 to the third. Chipped back in by Zelepukin. And taken by Huey Krupp. Now to center for Deadmarsh. Into Ozolinsh, goes wide. Deadmarsh, the late man. Now cut behind the goal. Right in front, but no one was there but Zelepukin. And he'll clear it down the ice. No icing. Wall way out of the goal. Ozolinsh into Forsberg. In traffic. Trying to get it back. And chipped away by Doug Weight. Forsberg wanted a call there. Now foot ahead. Here's Forsberg again. With the moves into foot. Right in front of him, you miss it. Ozolinsh a shot, and that was wide. Now foot on the board. But Hammerluck, a great play to get it out. And Ozolinsh, the last man, knocked it down. And Kamensky into the zone. Lets it go! And that was over the head of Joseph. When the U on the boards, 2:05 to go. The Avs need 1 to tie. Kamensky in the corner to Forsberg. Stops it. Saved by Joseph. And a whistle.
Well, Forsberg tried to get Joseph to bite that he was going behind the net. And then he went with one hand, his right hand, he took it out and tried to tuck it in. Here's a chance coming in the corner. Now watch Forsberg's right hand. He looks like he's going all the way around, tries to tuck it in. Puck just stayed on the goal line. Joseph done a good job at keeping that pad tight to the post.
And the Avalanche argued the puck was free. It appeared to be free. 1:57 to go. The shots even at 31 apiece. And Joseph, who turned 31 yesterday, getting a late birthday present tonight. He's been great. Sakic on the draw against Marchand. Sakic will try and get it back to Krupp. But Marchand won the draw cleanly. Ucel trying to clear it out. He does by Ozolinsh and tipped down the ice by Marchand. And Krupp goes up the far board. Now picked up by the Avs and Sakic with some speed into Deadmarsh, but knocked away by the Oilers. And now offside with 1:35 to go. Well, coming up on Fox Sports News after this one, The Knicks and Heat involved in NBA action. Can the Devils stay alive against Ottawa? And Pacers Cavs highlights on Fox Sports News.
Mark Crawford not wanting to use his timeout. And Curtis Joseph every time is going, get him out, get him out. He knows that the key guys for the Avalanche have played a lot here in the last 10 minutes. He wants to keep the pace going, at least force Mark Crawford to use his timeout.
1:35 to go. Forsberg back out there. And the puck into the zone. And played by Needham, but Forsberg loves it down. And finally cleared out by Edmonton. Sanders Ozone's back for Troop. Up the middle. Kamensky can't get free. Here's Lemieux. Back into the zone. Nienema doesn't get a lot on it. Ozone's kept it in. Now Kamensky. Waugh still in goal. In front it goes, and Murray is there to clear it. And Patrick Waugh now heads off. The net is empty as Greer steals it. He scores! And the Oilers score an empty netter, and it looks like we're going back to Edmonton for Game 6.
Well, Patrick Waugh was trying to buy a little extra time to get that sixth attacker on the ice. But as we've seen, John, we've talked about it, Greer, who's really hasn't got anything for all his hard work and great plays, gets another goal here in this third period. John, that's twice in this building. The Edmonton Oilers have come up with 3 goals in the third period. Here's Waugh. Now, Krup's coming back. You see Waugh, but Greer is just such a big body. He's so strong.
Just a great effort by Greer, unassisted. And Waugh is back in. And it's 3-1. And Dallas for Berehowski. Now Dallas gets it out. And Lindgren will play it down the ice. Here's John Clout to the Oilers line. Marchand shovels it in. Well, since moving to Denver, we get a whistle here.
Rogers is going to go off for a slash. Well, we're going to have a look at this hockey game. First of all, there was Yell's goal. Late in the first period, the Avalanche took the 1-0 lead. In the second period, it was goaltending as Joseph and Waugh put on a clinic. Here's to Joseph and then Patrick Waugh. Joseph making another save right there, but finally in the third period, it's been Mike Greer. First it was Guerin in the power play, and then Mike Greer took over. He gets the game winner and the insurance goal in the last part of this hockey game.
So Greer has been the story. Odgers a slashing minor here. And the Oilers are going to go back to Edmonton, still alive.
And for Edmonton, you got to look at that power play goal by Guerin. That was a key moment in this hockey game. It looked like the Avalanche were playing great defensive hockey, and all of a sudden that power play goal, everything was even, and the game was up for grabs.
So a power play here for the Oilers. We're 1 for 5 tonight. Back on the line to Dallas. And that shot was well wide. Buchberger in the corner. 10 to go in the game. Now Marchand on the line. Here's Buchberger again. 5 seconds left. Left point to Dallas. Lets it go, and a save by Waugh. But the game is over, and the Oilers are still alive.
And we go back to Edmonton for Game 6. And now that memory of that 7-game victory comes rushing back. The 7-game victory last year against Dallas comes rushing back to the Edmonton Oilers and the Avalanche, who are a perfect 5-0 in Edmonton. Hope to make it 6-0 and wrap up their series Saturday night.
for our total Diamond Shamrock play of the game.
Greer with a couple of goals. There are a lot of guys you could pick as stars that made great plays in this hockey game for the Edmonton Oilers. But we come back to one play. The Avalanche trailing 2-1 at the time. Our Shamrock play of the game is going to be a play Forsberg. Cujo stays tough, stays in the post. Doesn't fall for the Forsberg coming behind the net. And that helped preserve this 3-1 victory.
So for Peter McNabb, Drew Goodman, I'm John Kelly saying good night from Big Mac with a final score. The Oilers win it 3-1. Be sure to join us Saturday at 8:30 Mountain Time on UPN 20 for Game 6.